Hello, Dallas Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Cowboys Blog. I'm John Madden, and now let's get to today's topic.
Highway?
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the Cowboys preseason game number 2. This is serious. D for Dallas, but definitely not for defense. The Cowboys defense continues to look terrible. The middle of the field, a complete, utter disaster. They have not addressed it. There have been rumors, rumblings about potential trades, revolving around Tolbert, revolving around some other players. And I think this is the week where you better cross your fingers that they add somebody here in the middle, because these backups, they didn't look good, and some of these guys are actually going to be playing significant roles during the regular season, as far as like who's your nickel cornerback, who's going to be out here starting week 1 against Philadelphia, and this sort of thing. So Cowboys, I think there's only a few bright spots in this preseason game number 2. Number 1, they lowered the penalties. It's almost like they concentrated on this, but lost sight of this. They lost sight as far as being competitive. They still lack that energy. They don't have. Oh, the practice. There's a bunch of energy in the practice. It's all a bunch of bull, bro. Now, I mean, I don't buy it, man. I don't buy this whole culture change shit. It didn't happen. And this team's in trouble, bro. I honestly think that Schottenheimer could be a one and done coach. If these guys come out of here and roll out a 5-12 season or lower, which I could easily see based on what I've seen, he could be a one and done. Because would you want to go through another season of that? Of fake culture change? It didn't change, man. It's all bull, bro. I think this is exactly what happened in Miami. It's happening here in Dallas. So they're playing along with it. Like, oh yeah, the energy, the culture change. It hasn't changed, man. Joe Milton, he has to be your quarterback 3. I think you can't bring him in as your quarterback 2 behind Dak. If you do, you're basically saying that if Dak is out, you are prepared to lose a bunch of games. All right, Joe Milton is not. He doesn't have it, man. As a matter of fact, where's the Joe Milton that was in that Patriots game? He's nowhere to be found. He's on a old school milk carton. Where's Joe Milton? He doesn't look anything like that guy that we traded for. It's like you bring him to Dallas and you lose your superpowers or something, man. And like I said before, you have your one-off flash plays, but it's what's in between is not good. It's scary. So I think there has to be a serious conversation as far as like, is Will Grier really your number 2? He didn't look that good in this game, but they only played him sparingly here at the end of the game, so you didn't really get a good look at him. What's his name? Mingo, right? Came up kind of gimpy with a knee. Who knows what's up with that? Does that open the door for anybody? Who is your number 3 receiver? Do you even have a good number 3 receiver? This receiver core sucks, bro. Like, it's not good. You have Lamb, you have Pickens. After that, your next pass catcher is your tight end. The other guys, they don't have it, man. I was expecting Trayshawn to really clinch his position in this game. He didn't do that. You know what I mean? But then again, you can't evaluate him. I think next week, if there's any question as far as like who's gonna lock up these other positions, you have to start Will Grier. You know what I mean? Let him start, and then maybe let Joe Milton finish off, the second half or something like this. because you cannot evaluate these pass catchers if there's a question there as far as like who's going to grab those last spots. All right. But if you lose Lamb or Pickens during the season for any amount of time, this offense is going to be in trouble. You know what I mean? And I do mean that sincere. Like, seriously, I do. Like, they just don't have it. They don't have the talent right now. We've had poor draft classes. We've had poor free agency decisions. The front office is at it again, fumbling, bumbling before we even start the season. You know, we're not saying that the sky is falling, but you know, we're not painting a picture of roses, butterflies, and unicorns either. We're not going down that stupid road. So right now, the Cowboys are more towards, you know, this just is not looking good. All right. A couple of players that stood out to me that did look good. Keon Hall, I think he's locking up a position here. I think he probably did. I think he's done enough. Don't play him in that third game. He's done enough for me. I like him, and I mean, he's physical. He gets to the ball fast. What you see in the combine, you know, as far as like the hips, able to move forward and make a play on the ball, he has all that. So Keon Hall, I like what he did today. Your backup tight ends didn't do anything for me. Your defensive line, it's not good either. Your defensive line is terrible. We're concentrating on the defensive tackles, but your ends are not good. They're not getting any pressure. I don't know if they're not buying into this new system with Eberflus. You know, we did see a good game out of Damone Clark. You know what I mean? Maybe he's bought into what Eberflus is selling here. I mean, Eberflus is kind of, you know, supposedly he's like this linebacker whisperer. Maybe Damone Clark has bought into his teachings, and it has served him well. He looked really good in this game. I mean, where the heck has this guy been? And I mean, he was all over the place, so he looked good. Brandon Aubrey, what can you say? This guy is probably your best player on the team almost. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb. You just have really clutch players, and Aubrey's one of them. You know what I mean? We got to look at Tyler Booker. A good amount of snaps for him. Very first snap, he got beat, but he turned it around, and he needed these snaps. He needed these preseason snaps very much. And I'm glad they gave him. I'm glad he was out there. For the most part, I think he held his own. There was nothing too alarming, except, like I said, that first play he got beat. Still, I think the technique. He is a little bit slower of a player. There's been reports of that. You see it in camp. I saw a little bit of that in the game. You know, getting to the second level is not necessarily his game. You know, I think he's just there to stone the person in front of him. I want my offensive lineman to get to the second level and blow up linebackers, though. I didn't see enough of that from him. So, as strong as he is right now, hopefully you see that development as the season goes on, and definitely for year two. But right now, I think he held his own. You know, he needed to play those snaps. Joe Milton, like I said, he has to be your quarterback 3. He does not look good. If you take him into the season and Dak misses time, you're going to lose a whole hell of a lot of games until Dak comes back. So don't like that there. Doesn't look good there. Your backup quarterback position. Who else? Your running backs, the running back by committee. I think it's still a big question mark. Looks like they have already anointed Javonte Williams, your running back 1. And then the rest of it, I mean, it's up in the air. I don't think that Miles Sanders showed anything to be, you know, crowned at number 2. Jadon Blue, I mean, is he going to be one of these injury-prone type of dudes? Get your ass out there, man. What the fuck is going on? Like I can't stand this crap, dude. Like, you draft a guy, a late round, a third day running back, and I guess we're anointing him to be, you know, making the roster. You know what I mean? It's weird. We're in different times, man. This is nothing like, what we've seen from the Cowboys during their championship runs here. We've got guys here that clearly don't have talent, that should not make this team, that should not be given starter reps, starter roles, and they're going to be. This roster is going to have a lot of starters that are more of backup quality type of dudes. And that's the philosophy of this front office, Will McClay. Draft and develop. You cannot draft and develop. You have to be able to draft, and these guys need to play at a high level. There is no time to develop. You know what I mean? Develop what? Stupid, dude. Get rid of McClay. They got to reboot a whole bunch of this front office, dude. The talent, it really isn't there. And then you couple it with Schottenheimer, who Camp Cupcake 2.0. Hey, he's not even at the level of a Jason Garrett right now, dude. Check the waiver wires for another head coach, bro. Oh, man. Guys, let me know what you thought about this preseason game. What do you think about the coaching staff? What do you think about the talent level here on the roster? Let me know what you think, man. Honestly, there is no wrong or right answer, but for me, I'm not buying it. I just don't see the talent there. Your backups and the way that they're taking the coaching, there's a disconnect there, guys. All right. See you for the next game. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.